I'm Scientology protester, the Angry Gay Pope, with my assistant, Nasty Nathaniel, in Hollywood. The Church of Scientology is so cocky, they put up signs about how great they are, dauntless, defiant, and resolute. So why does this sign in Hollywood have them so terrified? Because this billboard was put up by their hated enemy, suppressive persons Phil and Willie Jones. Even now, these ex-Scientologists gather to mark the occasion of their website, StopScientologyDisconnection.com's second billboard in the Hollywood area. The first attempt at a sign was rejected by 2 other billboard companies because of church pressure. Finally, Lamar Advertising, a believer in free speech, allowed it on their property. Church pushback from this second billboard was even harder, but Lamar was not afraid.
All right, here we have the legendary Spanky Taylor, who escaped from Scientology's Big Blue more than 3 decades ago. She was close friends with John Travolta.
You were the highlight of those. No wonder you really weren't. No wonder you were really weren't about that.
Everybody say hi to Xenu. Hi.
Without Anonymous around, protests like these are now rare.
There's the Call Me, Stop Scientology Disconnection billboard. And turn around this way, you can see we're very close to the Scientology Media Productions facility, which used to be the old KCET Studios. It opened in May of last year. I'm sure the Church of Scientology is just thrilled.
A relative or a friend or somebody becomes critical or questions Scientology, then Scientology will force their relatives to disconnect or shun. So they split up families, and it's quite widespread in Scientology, no matter what they say about it.
But I was not allowed to see my son. So I snuck around the back, and I waited for a nurse to come out of the ER doors, and I just was crying. And I said, listen, I have resigned from the Church of Scientology because of the disconnection policy. I don't know if my son is okay. And I was just crying. And he said, write a note. And I know where he's at. I'll go give it to him.
My wife and I have 2 kids that are in Scientology. They're in the C organization, which is the full commitment in there. And they were forced by Scientology to disconnect from us. And we haven't seen them for about 3 years now, a little bit more. And we're just fighting against that to try to reconnect families. But there are thousands of families that have been disconnected, forced to disconnect by Scientology. It's an abusive practice, and it needs to end. And we're going to be fighting this until the practice ends and families are reconnected.
And I showed up at the mortuary, and we called the funeral director. I had friends around me. We begged for me to have one last viewing before cremation.
And what happened?
The church made sure to stick it to me. I was not allowed to see Alexander's dead body.
Well, we were in it for over 40 years, and we were very young when we got in, 16 years old, and you know, when you're in, you kind of get the whole mental conditioning that goes on, and it's difficult to break away, but eventually we kind of realized that what they promised was never delivered.
What prompts people to get into Scientology? I mean, what is the draw?
Well, a lot of people get in, they want to help. They want to improve the world, and Scientology promises that is something that they can do with Scientology. And some people want the gains. They might have some emotional problems or difficulties in life that they want to handle, and Scientology again promises that they can improve their lives with Scientology. But when you get in, when you start in, there's a sort of there is a hypnotic aspect to it. So once you start into the mental conditioning, it's sort of a slow creep, and eventually, once you're in, you're really conditioned to stay in.
What kind of advice or encouragement would you give to parents or family members of children, or maybe have brothers or sisters, cousins or whatnot that are trapped in Scientology and have been forced to disconnect from them? What recommendations would you give to those people?
That's a tough one. If someone has, because we've been going through that for, as I said, 3 years or more, that not knowing what to do, because once you're disconnected, you have no opportunity to contact your relatives or friends or whatever in order to have that discussion. The more people that speak out, I think the better chance we have of ending Scientology disconnection abuse and reconnecting families.
I think that's a really good point, and thank you so much for talking with me, and I truly hope that you and your wife will be reconnected with your children again.
Appreciate that.
Coming soon, a Riverside deputy defends Scientology.
They've helped us solve a lot of crime.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting.
Very large amounts of it. And I'm actually very grateful that they're here.
Patrons at patreon.com/AngryGayPope are watching him already.